Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, the people of Puerto Rico have an inalienable right to self-determination and independence. We are now in the 21st century, and yet Puerto Rico is still a colony of the United States, or as you prefer, an unincorporated territory. It is up to the people of Puerto Rico to decide how and when we should exercise our right to self-determination. But the United States has the legal and moral obligation to respect self-determination, which is, under your Constitution, part of the supreme law of the land. Congress has repeatedly refused to facilitate a process for Puerto Rico to exercise its right to self-determination. Moreover, congressional inaction forces us to live under a colonial straitjacket which has pushed Puerto Rico to economic, social, and moral bankruptcy, which you have seen described here today. Right now, back home, our people are demonstrating their frustration, despair, and indignation, including a strike in the University of Puerto Rico, where the students are mercilessly tried at this moment as if they were criminals. That is the shameful reality of the territory after 112 years under U.S. sovereignty. And the U.S. House of Representatives responds with H.R. 2499. Cynically entitled the Puerto Rican Democracy Act, the bill purports to advance the principle of self-determination, yet it proposes the continuation of the colonial status of an incorporated territory, not once, but twice, as an alternative to the problem of territorial subordination, even against the original purpose of its sponsors. It adds insult to injury. Of course, it could have been worse. Instead of, or in addition to the present territorial relation, someone might have thought of including some modified form of Commonwealth along the lines of what Senator Bingaman has characterized in the past, as has already been mentioned, free beer and barbecue offer. Colonial rule, consented or not, constitutes a denial of the elementary principle of democracy, which requires participation of the governed in determining the laws under which they live. A democratic colony is a contradiction in terms. Slavery or apartheid would not have been less abominable had they enjoyed popular support, because it would have been presumed to be the consequence of manipulation, intimidation, and deception. Likewise, colonialism with consent is by definition only apparent, for it is a product of collective coercion. The territorial status of Puerto Rico still stands because such has been the will of the United States. For many years, you have shunned and criminalized independence. Now you cringe at the mere thought of a statehood petition, because granting statehood to a Latin American and Caribbean nation like Puerto Rico is incompatible with your national interests. Therein lies the reason behind the contradictory nature of H.R. 2499. The United States is not and does not aspire to be a multinational state. Multicultural? Maybe. Multinational? Never. Those of us in Puerto Rico who respect ourselves and believe in democracy and self-determination repudiate this hoax that perpetuates colonialism. We will denounce it in Puerto Rico and before the international community. What should Congress do then? It should simply declare its intention to put an end to colonial rule in Puerto Rico by disposing of the territory, and commit itself to receive and act upon a proposal for decolonization formulated by the people of Puerto Rico through a procedural mechanism of its choice, among alternatives recognized by international law, that is, independence, integration, and free association. Puerto Ricans, and I am sure I speak here for the great majority of our people, are sick and tired of the condescending and cavalier attitude of the U.S. government. Enough is enough. More than 100 years of colonialism have not broken our national spirit. Regardless of your decision concerning H.R. 2499, you will never admit Puerto Rico as a state because we are a separate nation. And precisely because we are a nation, in the end, freedom for Puerto Rico will prevail, and we will be masters of our own destiny. Thank you very much.